Alright, let's go now. Fuck, restarting the whole thing. Didn't have a mic connected. Anyways, today is all about the goose and the golden egg. Today, I got a good concept that I want you to think about or use if it helps. Hopefully, it helps. It will help if you use it. But today, I will explain to you how the goose will make you profitable. Yes, it will make you profitable. This is how the goose what the fuck, will make you profitable. There you go. Now, for some time now, I've been reflecting on a concept from it's a book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The goose and the golden egg, also known as the P/PC principle. The P represents production, so the results we want, and PC represents production capacity, the capacity to produce those results consistently over time. The goose represents the goose represents PC, production capacity, and the golden egg represents production. Remember, the goose produces the egg. Okay? Keep it in mind. The principle is very, very simple. If you focus too much on the golden eggs, the goose is neglected. And if the goose doesn't eat, it will eventually die. If you focus only on the goose and ignore the eggs, there is no production to enjoy or feedback. Long-term success comes from balancing both simultaneously. If you understand this principle, it becomes applicable to trading, right? This is what it's all about. It shifts your focus from obsessing over outcomes alone towards developing the capacity to naturally produce them, the outcomes, while staying still, remaining aware of the results you are getting, right? So reflecting on my own journey, I can now see where I went wrong. Most of my mistakes came from me being focused only on production. That led me to manipulate outcomes. In context of trading, I mean by improper risk management, forcing results, which means a trading without an edge, cheating the process, over leveraging, and becoming frustrated and impatient, closing too soon or changing bias too quickly. All these behaviors are because we're chasing P, production, without respecting production capacity, our capacity to produce them over time. Remember, changing to production capacity helped me understand the importance of traits, habits, and behaviors required to naturally produce results. Naturally produce results. The outcomes would have taken care of themselves, like everybody out there say. The results are a byproduct of good trading. What is good trading? One moment. What the fuck? Okay, there we go. A simple analogy. I'm gonna give you another analogy so maybe conceptualize it better. If someone is cooking a meal but only focuses on the finished dish production without understanding the cooking process, right? PC, the process, production capacity, they start interfering with the food, turning the heat too high, checking too often, right? Over leveraging, checking too often, moving surplus of shit, adding unnecessary tricks or shortcuts, chasing, right? FOMO, yeah, I know, yeah, I know. Come on. They end up ruining the meal, the account, I don't know, maybe. Someone who understands production capacity, on the other hand, exercises patience. They respect time, temperature, and process, knowing the results cannot be rushed. Trading works the same way. Unprofitable traders are focused on only on production, money, getting funded, getting a payout, and lifestyle of financial freedom. Right? That's exactly been conditioned into our brain by social media. These are all outcome based, right? 'Cause that's what they sell you. So that's what you look for. There is no production capacity that can sustain them long term in trading. Right? They sell you the dream, but they don't sell you the psychological makeup that you need to get the production that you're looking for, right? Production capacity is in trading is discipline, patience, risk management, attention to detail, emotional awareness, rule, well, it's supposed to be adherence to rules, and execution of plans consistently. These are process focused quality, and this is where the real leverage of the pro traders lies. Now, oh fuck, I'm getting pain in my lap. What the shit? Uh, if you know the outcome you want, your job is simply define the production capacity required to achieve it. Focus relentlessly on executing the process with high standards. Observe the outcome as feedback, not as an obsession. Okay? Obsession, not as an obsession. When you delude yourself into chasing results while neglecting the capacity to produce them, failure is guaranteed in the long run. It's when people get one payout and that's it. They pass one account and that's it. They made a little bit of money and that's it, right? This principle applies beyond trading into life itself. See, if you focus on the input with the outcome in mind, focusing on what needs to be done in the moment, but also observing your goals, right, from a bird's eye view. So basically, you're not obsessing over them, you're obsessing over the process. But before pursuing any goal, it's a good framework to use if you want. You don't have to, have to do what I say. Ask, what does this goal require me to become? Right? Because if you want something, you need to be the person that gets it. What habits must I embody? What behaviors must be consistent? What character traits must I live by? Okay. How you do anything is how you do everything. So seek to embody those habits, behaviors, traits instead of just faking them. You know when you fake them. Build from the inside out. That is something you can't fake. When production capacity is respected, production becomes guaranteed. It's a universal law. In very short, I don't even know what it is, 9 minutes in. Damn, I read slow. Okay. In short, most failure comes from chasing outcomes while neglecting the internal capacity required to sustain them. Rule breaking is basically attacking the goose, which you don't want to do. Why would you want to hit a goose? But hey, overtrading is forcing eggs out of the goose ass. Literally, you know. Emotional trading is getting pissed off at the goose and then punching it. You know when we when we go on tilt, you know what happened. Goodbye account. The email, guys. You get the email right away, huh? Anyways, remember, consistency is a healthy, happy goose. You know, when you have a chicken that is healthy, a lot of eggs, homie. Discipline first, which means it's a focused goose. You know, the goose is focused on the eggs. And all you need to know is you need to take care of your goose. If you utilize that and break it down and use them for your own life and trading, remember, production capacity. If you don't have the capacity to produce the production, your results, you're gonna fail long term. You might get lucky once, twice, or three times, but that's not what you want. You want to sustain the long term success that you're looking for. If that's what you're looking for. Anyways, that's all you need to know. Don't look for more.